You ever have one of those moments where you walk into a place that's supposed to be paradise, and instead it feels like you just walked into a courtroom where you're already on trial? That's what happened to me and my wife, Shayla, when we arrived at Seabreeze Cliffs Resort for our honeymoon. Picture it, South Carolina coastline, 5 stars, oceanfront, all the bells and whistles. We were dressed sharp, smiling, just trying to start our married life on the right foot. What we didn't know was we were already guilty in their eyes. Guilty of not looking like we belonged. It started the moment we stepped into that marble lobby, hand in hand, Shayla's sundress fluttering just enough to catch the light. Conversations didn't stop, not exactly, but they shifted, like the room held its breath for just one beat too long. A young receptionist named Emily blinked at us, looked at her computer, then back at us, then again at the screen like something wasn't adding up. We gave our names Malcolm and Shayla Reed, penthouse suite, 3 nights, confirmed, and her smile wobbled like it was stitched on with fishing line. I'm not seeing anything under that name, she said, voice tight. I kept it cool. I'm used to situations like this. I pulled out my phone, showed the confirmation, the paid invoice, everything. Oh, she said, voice cracking. Let me, check with my manager. That was the first crack in the glass. While we stood there waiting, a bellhop pushing a cart full of Vuitton luggage strolled past, gave us a glance, then muttered under his breath, didn't know they let folks in without collars now. Shayla froze. I put a hand on her back and whispered, not now. After a full 20 minutes of no thingya water, no champagne, just a standing there while white guests breezed by with welcome packages and spa appointments, we finally got our keys. Emily said the room needed a quick touch-up. We didn't argue. We just wanted to be alone. That night, we tried to salvage the evening. We dressed up Shayla in an emerald wrap dress that made her look like royalty, me in a linen shirt and slacks. We had dinner reservations at the resort's signature restaurant, Ocean Ember. We checked in with the host, who barely looked at us before seating us in the back, near the kitchen doors, even though the main floor had ocean views and empty tables. I asked about our request for a window seat. The hostess blinked. Oh, those are reserved for platinum guests, she said. We are platinum, Shayla said, tight-lipped. Let me check, the hostess replied, then vanished. Never came back. Another waiter showed up eventually, didn't make eye contact, didn't smile, just rattled off specials like he was being timed. I ordered the Kobe strip. Shayla ordered a vegetarian risotto, no meat. We asked for the Krug champagne, 2 glasses. The waiter raised an eyebrow. Just so you know, the Kobe has a $720 surcharge, and the Krug is $600 a glass. I looked him dead in the eye. That's fine. When the food finally came, my steak was lukewarm. Shayla's risotto had bacon crumbles on top. She called the waiter over, calmly pointed it out. He shrugged. Kitchen preps it that way. I can have them scrape it off. I said, no. Bring her what she asked for. When he returned with the check before we even asked for it, I just stared at him. He said, I figured you might be done. We left without dessert. Next morning, we tried again. Spa appointment couples massage. The receptionist looked up and asked, are you guest here? I said, Suite 1802. Booked the massage 2 days ago. She said, usually VIP bookings get confirmed in advance. Shayla stepped in. It was confirmed at check-in. Another system error, she said. Of course. The massage was fine. Not warm. Not relaxing. Just efficient. We moved on to the piano lounge. I sat down and started to play something soft, old-school jazz. I hadn't touched keys in months, but my fingers remembered. A man in a blazer walked by, paused, and asked, You the entertainment? I looked up. Excuse me. You're the pianist, right? Seen someone like you at another resort. You guys move around a lot. Shayla stood up fast. He's not the damn pianist, and I'm not housekeeping, in case that was your next guess. He raised his hands, fake innocent. Just asking. No, I said. You were assuming. Big difference. We went back to our suite without finishing our coffee. That night, Shayla sat on the balcony, staring at the sea. I stood behind her, fist resting on the railing. We didn't speak until my phone rang. It was Simone, a housekeeper from another Whispering Palms location. She'd been transferred here. She said she saw our name on the check-in list, but most of the staff didn't know who I was. I said, I noticed. She asked if she could call the regional director. I looked at Shayla. She nodded. The next morning, we went down to the pool. No wristbands. Just us. Same lounger. Same silence. Stacy, the pool manager, marched over. You two were asked not to come here without platinum access. I didn't move, and I thought we were guests. A nearby guest muttered, they're just looking for trouble. Shayla stood up, voice sharp as glass. Say that again. I dare you. Stacy stepped back. I said, if you're calling security, ask them to bring the regional director. He's expecting me. That's when Leon Vega arrived. Tailored suit. Come power. Mr. Reed, he said, nodding. Apologies for everything. This isn't how we operate. He turned to Stacy. Step aside. I pulled a card from my wallet. Gold. Embossed. Executive Director, Seabreeze Cliffs Holdings. Stacy went pale. I said, this is why I don't announce who I am up front. I want to see how you treat people when you think they don't matter. Leon addressed the crowd. Effective immediately, this location will undergo leadership restructuring. Shayla sat back down. I joined her. That evening, we walked the beach. Quiet. For the first time, no eyes followed us. I pulled a small velvet box from my pocket. Inside, a simple band, engraved. I said, for what you endured. For never letting it define you. She slipped it on. Whispered, you didn't save us. I shook my head. No. You reminded me who we are. A young staffer walked over, maybe 25. Mr. and Mrs. Reed? I just wanted to say, thank you. People are talking, but in a good way. You didn't yell. You didn't storm off. You made it impossible to ignore. That means something. He handed us 2 glasses of water. Shayla looked at him and said, what's your name? Jordan, he said. She nodded. Then don't forget what you saw here, Jordan. Change doesn't start with silence. And that, right there, is the moment I knew what happened to us wasn't just about us. It's about everyone who ever sat in a chair they paid for, only to be told they didn't belong. Everyone who was mistaken for the help, questioned for their presence, whispered about behind sunglasses and champagne flutes. We didn't come to make noise, but we left an echo. And if you've ever been treated like less just for being who you are, leave a comment. Tell us your story. Let them know they're not alone. Because justice doesn't always shout. Sometimes it walks in quietly and takes its seat anyway. Like and share if you believe dignity should never need credentials. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that speak the truth no matter how uncomfortable it gets. Because change starts with people who stay seated until they're seen.